Okay, good evening. So we'll carry straight on with England's post-match press conference with, to my right, Captain Owen Farrell, and to his right, Steve Borthwick. If we could take the first question, hands raised, please. Yeah, on the right. Thank you.
Steve, what does it mean to have finished third in the World Cup?
Well, firstly, I'm delighted for the players to have got the win tonight, to have worked so hard and to finish the World Cup with 7 games and won 6, and the one we lost was to 1 point to the world champions and the current world champions as we sit right now, and current world number 1, which I think shows the progress of the team, shows how the team is built through the tournament, and also delighted they got the result tonight. Delighted they found a way to win tonight.
Given where you were in August, did you think this result was possible?
Well, as we discussed throughout August and throughout the early part of September, August was building to be right for the start of September. Always believed that we were going to be right, and I think I said that a number of times. We're building towards September the 9th, and that's what we did, and that's what we were doing through August. And quite clear there was some challenging decisions were made through that preparation to ensure we were right for the tournament. We're very clear that the World Cup isn't played in August, so our preparation was built for the World Cup.
Yeah, just next to, yeah.
Hi, Steve. In terms of the messaging going into this game, how important was it for you to almost use this as dress rehearsal for other things that might come your way over the next couple of years, leading forward in an England shirt?
Well, I think that first I'll say that the focus was very much upon tonight. The focus was upon getting the result we wanted tonight to finish the tournament in the way we wanted to. I think that playing finals games at World Cups important. If you look at this team over the last 2 World Cups, played a quarter-final, semi-final and a final in 2019, winning 2 from 3. And in this World Cup's played a quarter-final, a semi-final and then a bronze medal final and won 2 from 3. So you start looking at the last 2 World Cups, this group of players has played in 6 final games and won 4 of them. Now, what we want to do is we want to be in the final, we want to be winning the gold medal. These players, I want them to win gold medal. That wasn't to be, but I think having finals experience, I think that's been an important element for this squad through this tournament, having that level of experience, and I think it's going to be important for the team going forward.
When you review the tournament, will your overriding emotion be one of satisfaction, frustration, or a mixture of both?
Firstly, I'll review the tournament in a very objective manner rather than an emotional manner, because that's important that we understand what we need to do to address to be a better team going forward. I think that I'll say is that I think that the players should be very proud of their efforts and very proud of everything they've done and the challenges they have overcome. One thing they've done, whilst things haven't been perfect, is they find a way to win games. Now, we didn't last week. We lost by a point last week, which we'll be disappointed with, and it'll hurt for a long time. But the players have found themselves in tough circumstances, find a way to win.
Thanks, Steve. We'll go 1 Tom, 2 Nick on the right, and 3 here on the left. Thank you.
Owen, I was just wondering if you could sum up sort of Ben Youngs's England career, his last game today. You played a lot, obviously, alongside him. What sort of impact has he made on you, and what sort of legacy does he leave behind?
Yeah, well, anybody who's England men's record cap holder is obviously had a big impact on English rugby. To be around for as long as he have, and to stay at the top playing international rugby for as long as Ben has, from being a young player when he first broke onto the scene to finishing now, is there's a lot of work goes into that, and a lot of people that you get to know, a lot of relationships that you have, and you only do that when you only get to do that if you work hard and you get along with people and you have a good impact, and to do that for as long as Ben has is a testament to him.
And Steve as well. I think you were captain when he made his Test debut back in 2010. What for you? What sort of experiences have you had of Ben, and also obviously with Leicester as well? What sort of legacy does he leave?
Yeah. I think that he's, from being a young player with enormous talent, to have developed with that, still with that enormous talent, developed as a leader, a guy who can manage in the highest pressure, manage the game in the highest pressure circumstance. I think he's seen that development, and then how he helps the other players around him, such a powerful force to the players. I think that's an enormous credit to him.
Steve, Theo Dan obviously had sort of 2 or 3 minutes where one thing went wrong, one thing went very right. Did the recovery, the charge down for his try, just kind of show his tenacity and grit, and just a word on his performance overall?
Yeah, well, I thought there was a lot of really impressive aspects of his performance tonight, and he's an impressive young man. If you look at that first throw that he hits, I haven't put him on the pitch the last couple of weeks, and he's on his first throw. Maro's asked him to. He's hit the back double tops, and he nails it. And that shows, just because he was asked that in the Fiji game in Twickenham, and didn't quite execute as perfectly as he wanted to. So it tells you what this guy is growing and developing. You see a man who, something happened that wasn't quite the way we wanted to, and what does he do? But he gets straight back into the next battle, which is exactly what I asked the players to do. So I think you see a young man who's resilient, incredibly talented, incredibly athletic and powerful, and I think he's going to be in this England squad for a very long time.
Thanks. Next one on the left-hand side.
Hi, good evening. I was surprised by the hostility shown by the French crowd toward the English team. There were continuous jeering and whistling during the match, and especially toward you. Every time you kicked the ball, they were whistling. Even when you prepared for a penalty or a conversion, were you surprised too? And do you understand why you didn't even play the French at this tournament?
No, not surprised. It's usually like that here. When you play against France in the Six Nations here, they don't normally cheer you when you're having a shot at goal. So it's a bit different here in France than it is over in England in terms of when a kicker's taking a shot. But that's all it is. It's just different. That's no problem.
Hi, Steve. Can you just take us through what your review process looks like over the next couple of weeks? How long it takes to sort of digest all this, and then when do you start looking forward to the Six Nations?
I've already started looking forward to the Six Nations, and that's already started in my mind and my planning. It's just in its very early stages. But the review is obviously an ongoing review I do after each week and each build, and I make notes as we go the whole time. I'll use the next 2 weeks to really compile that, and then I will meet with the coaching team in 2 weeks' time, and they'll independently will be doing the review. We'll bring all those things together. I'll then meet with the whole management team to then review, and then that'll be the process from which we work.
Owen, question for you. Tom led you out onto the pitch for his 50th captain tonight. How much of a motivation was it for the team to produce a performance for Tom?
Yeah, as we said during the week, this team wasn't lacking in motivation today. There was plenty out there. It was everywhere you look, and one of them being Tom's 50th cap. He's a tremendous player. He leads massively by example in the way that he works, in the way that he puts himself when he puts his body on the line and works unbelievably hard for his team. I've heard Steve say before, his output in games is phenomenal, and for him to be at 50 caps already when he plays the game the way he does is an outstanding achievement, and I can only see him getting better.
One more from me. What do you think you have to do as a squad in the next World Cup cycle moving forward now to make more progress than you did in the last one? I mean, COVID messed things up last time. I know it did a little bit, but have you got a sense of what you need to do in the next cycle, maybe lessons learned from the previous one?
From the previous cycle?
Yeah, the one that's just finished.
It's a tough question to answer right now. This team's going to be constantly evolving. This team's going to be constantly trying to get better at everything it does. And obviously, Steve's going to, as he said, do a thorough review of what we need to do, and that's going to be ongoing. It's not going to be all planned out now. I'm sure there'll be a plan, especially from the staff. But the players deal with what's in front of them, and right now the players are going to enjoy tonight and go back to the clubs next week. And the best thing that we can do for that next World Cup cycle is go and play well for our clubs at the minute. So I'm sure the boys will do that.
Okay, we only have time for two quick last questions, one at the front on the right and the other one in the middle. Thanks for your patience.
Hi, Steve. Down here. You're obviously a relatively inexperienced coach and certainly inexperienced in the England role. What have you learned about your own coaching during this tournament, and what do you see from the squad that particularly encourages you? I think you had 7 guys starting today who was 25 or under. Does that give you real optimism for the journey ahead?
I think that the age profile of the squad, and naturally at the end of World Cups, there is always some players that decide that then their time as a current England player in the shirt now will come to an end. But I think the age profile of the squad is strong. So when you look at the semi-finals last week, 7 players, 25 or under, more than any other team in the semi-finals. And there's a number of exciting young players that didn't make the 33-man squad, but were part of the preparations over the summer. So as I look forward, I think there's excitement about those players. We know that the distribution positionally of those players isn't necessarily even. I think we all know that there are some areas where they're a bit thinner than others, and I need to make sure we're doing some work and to find that depth in those key positions. That's going to be part of my project over this next period of time, along with the coaches. I think in terms of the development of the coaching team and management team, this team only came together in June this year, the middle of June, and the coaching team just came together then, management team came together then, and we had to knit together a program super fast. And I couldn't be more proud of what they have done to help support these players, to allow these players to develop. And I'll say again, to enjoy, and I really hope that the players have enjoyed this World Cup camp. I know that with the disappointment of last weekend, but I really hope that the players have enjoyed it, because playing the England shirt should be the time of your life.
Okay, to Owen, here. For both teams, the tournament start and finish with the same match. Which difference did you see to that night and the match today?
No, well, I think both games is two good teams playing tough test matches. And the first match actually seems quite a while ago now, as we sat here tonight. But Argentina have obviously built throughout the tournament as we feel we have, and all I can speak about now is how tightly contested that game was today, and what a tough test match it was.
Thanks, Owen. Steve, would you
Thank
like
you.
to make some closing remarks?
Yeah, I'd like just finally to say to everybody, and in particular the English media in the room, thank you for all your hard work. I know that this tournament has been, with the preparation camps, the test matches through August, it's been it has a considerable amount of time, and for yourselves, it's a lot of time away from home, away from your families, as it is us, and a lot of travel. So I want to say thank you to you for all that. Now, I know sometimes we might not agree wholeheartedly with things, but I think what we are absolutely aligned upon is that we want English rugby to succeed. We want English rugby to thrive, and has gone through some challenging times, and we aim to make it grow. I think we are fully aligned in terms of wanting in that aspiration. And I thank you on behalf of myself, Owen, and everybody in England Rugby. Thank you for all your hard work.
And thank you very much.
Thank you very much.